all the way? I think I'm still taller than you. I don't know, your torso might be long enough. Nope, look.
I'm pushing my shoulders down.
I'm still taller. It's like a half an inch. I don't know if I hit the button.
Yeah, you hit the button. It's showing.
Okay.
It's right there.
Because we need a tripod.
No. We need a tripod. If you...
Look, now we're up high. Like, selfie stick. Ah. Hi, welcome to Shy. My name is Brandy Jones. I am a homeschool, knitting, crafting mom of 6 children. One of them is... This is Joshua.
This is my normal face.
Their face. And this is Shy. What are you working on?
Sockhead hat version 5.
3.8 billion?
5. Cast on 5.
Oh, what happened to the other cast on you did last week?
We don't talk about that one.
What happened to it?
We don't talk about it.
But you did such a good job. What happened?
Hanny threw my knitting bag everywhere.
So Hanny is the 4-year-old, short for Johanna, and she's the troublemaker. She's a troublemaker. She gets it from her grandpa. All right, so I'm going to jump into sewing. Jackie got her Craftsy order, so she's going to do a Craftsy class pattern.
51.
I think it's just
I'm at
a follow.
51 out of 144.
Good job. I think it's just a pattern that you follow. I don't think it's an online class because they do have online classes. But it came, and I asked her if I could show it, and she said that I could show it. I'm really excited. So this is how it came, and this is it right here. Can you see that if I show it without the glare? And it's just a little purse. She hasn't made a purse before. But this fabric is so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So cute. And it's all, oh, it's got fuzz. It's all sewing words. So cute. Did you read some of this? It's so cute. Look how cute.
Oh yeah, that is cute.
So it's like dictionary sewing fabric, and that'll be the outside. And then the inside is
it's sewing, Mom.
It's sewing. Yes, sewing, not sewing. Because S-E-W and E-U-E-W-E is you, sewing. I forget why we were having that conversation.
Hold
on. Was it the Danish lady? The woman in Denmark called it sewing. And I thought, that makes perfect sense. Because sewing doesn't make any sense. That would be S-O-I-N-G. You would be sewing. And then there was lots of drama about how everyone was sewing this and so. This is the other fabric. It's super cute. Matches perfect. So that's going to be the inside. And then it comes with a little pattern. Like, all in. And she can use it over and over again to make quilted bags. There's different ones. She's going to make this one. I really like that the closure is on the handle. So yeah, that's her new fun project. Yay, sewing!
I have no sewing.
Yeah, we have no other sewing. I do have soap info.
Oh yay! Hashtag shameless plug time.
Info.
Like the video.
Not so much. It's not really.
Wait, they're
for
not supposed to like the video?
No, they should like the video, but it's not so much.
Well, that was a shameless plug.
It's not really a shameless plug. If we just want them to
like the video.
It's a
plug, and I'm shameless.
And it's better
of it,
if you subscribe so you can know what's going on with us.
See, she's the good one at that.
Soap.
Soap.
I have a new recipe.
Soap. She has a new recipe.
What?
Soap. You have a new recipe.
Like soap. I have a new recipe.
So.
I'm going to be making a face cleanser bar that's really good for like acne and teenagers.
Neutrogena kind of.
It's gonna be it's not like
Neutrogena. It's not like the same basic. You have a fuzz on your.
Get it. Ugh. It's not like the Neutrogena glycerin cleanser bar. It's gonna have charcoal in it, which is really, really, really good for your skin. So it's gonna be like a black facial bar, but not.
We have a lot of it too.
But not a black soap. It's not. So black African black soap is made with a very particular clay, and some other ingredients that are only found in a certain area. And it's very hard to replicate because they use ash and some other things in it. It is not that kind of soap. But it has charcoal in it and tamanu oil, which I'm super excited to try. So we're going to be doing that. I can show that maybe next week. I don't know if I'll have it done by next week because it might be 2 weeks. It takes, so I have my ingredients are coming. I had to order them. And it takes 3 or 4 days for it to do what it needs to do in the mold. And then it's going to be like 6 weeks before it's available because that's how soap works. But I'm excited to have a new recipe for it. And you can try it for me because you're sensitive, super sensitive skin. Between you and Jack, and see if you like it. It has tea tree in it though, and I don't know if Jackie likes the tea tree smell. I don't like
tea tree oil.
Yeah, you might not like the smell because the tea tree oil. What else? Oh, so I am opening my shop back up.
79.
And
80.
This is really just so people know what's going on because I'm not plugging the shop right now, but that's not the intention. But we're talking about what's going on.
But you totally do
with
anyway. S
of shy, right? So no, because I'm not.
S for shop. S for shameless.
Soap.
Shameless shop.
I decided, so I'm going to start available in the shop, a monthly subscription for a soap and a lotion set, or a soap and a lip balm and a lotion set. And I think that'll be really fun. Yeah, but I think only like maybe $10.
So what you're saying is they have to subscribe, but they have to pay $10 to subscribe then.
Well, not they. I'm just talking about my plans for the shop.
Well, it's a subscription box. Don't you get it?
Oh, like in the bottom.
Yeah. I do that a lot. Sorry.
All right, so we need to move on from that because it's annoying me at this point. I'll be like, okay. Swipe.
Your hair's in your face a little bit.
So I think that'll be fun. That's a lot of work. I also have gonna do my Alice in Wonderland themes this year. I got them all figured out. And the reason I keep looking over here is because I got my little washi tape out. Oh, wait. It goes this way. And I made a notebook so I can be on point, and I took all my notes and figured it all out. And yeah, so I have my Alice in Wonderland planned, and I have the possibility of a monthly subscription because I figure one soap, people would use that in a month. I would hate to have, I don't like having subscriptions where you don't use up the stuff.
Maybe every 2 months, like a month and a half-ish, because some people have trouble sending them out every month.
That's true. I don't know. I'm only thinking about it. So that has taken up a lot of this past week. Soap. And
and the show has also taken up a lot.
That's also an S. Good job, you. So yes, I have a show that opens on Friday. So I had a show that opened 2 weeks ago that I directed. That he's still working on. I'm
stage manager, first technical job.
He still has that for a couple weeks, and then I'm in a Shakespeare show that opens Friday. Yes, so I have tech all this week. It's been a little
Es mucho loca?
Yes, it's a little bit crazy. And working on the shop stuff, so there's that. Oh, speaking of shows, so this is something that I'm reading, because we were talking about our books and stuff.
Well, can we talk about books then when you're done all to mine?
No. Oh. So someone that I know is looking for a director for this, and this is very short, and it's very interesting. It's a little bit nihilistic. Well, it's a lot nihilistic and dark. And it's a one-man show. He sort of waxes on poetic, but it's also very abstract theater, kind of Beckett-esque, if you like Beckett. But if you're into plays and things like that, this is an interesting play. I'm just going to leave it at that. And if you do read it, I'd love to hear about it. The pauses are quite, some of them say like pause for 1 minute or longer or as necessary, which if you've ever seen a show, that's a very long pause. It's really intriguing. So he's been called Samuel Beckett for the Jon Stewart generation, and I thought that was a great way to put it. So I'm gonna have some of my tea in my mug Here it is. It has no handle.
93.
It's broken, but I don't mind.
94.
Oh, I'm going to do the tea thing. I saw the tea thing on a lot of stuff. So I am doing my normal, happy, luxury, it's a podcast tea. And this is my Harney & Sons chocolate mint. But my Amazon order came. And so I was able to get Jack her favorite for when she's not feeling good or having a bad day. Got her the fancy peppermint tea.
I don't think this is going to be enough for 20 stitches, do you?
It might.
22 stitches?
That might be pushing it. 20 might. Oh, and we got this one. I just randomly decided to get this. This is a special edition. It is a black tea.
Yummy.
And it's
Black tea for the win.
Well, it's
because I can't drink coffee.
I know you like the black tea. So it's got vanilla, fruit, and citrus, and it's got lemony in it. But when I opened it, oh, it smells so good. Smell it. It smells amazing.
Oh, I love
It's got
that.
like bergamot and like lemon. I can't figure out what else.
Yeah, I think
it smells amazing.
I'm sad. I'm gonna have to take this off because I don't have a long enough tail.
Anyway, just so pretty. Oop. There it is.
Here it goes.
Right. Can't wait to try that. Oh, smells amazing. So, did you pull it out? Oh, he's pulling it out. I'm sorry.
It's sad. It's a sad day when you have to pull out Madelinetosh yarn multiple times in a day.
Do you want to speak about what else you had to pull out the other day that you worked for 2 or 3 days on? That was so sad.
Are we at that part yet?
Well, we are at Homeschool.
Okay. Well, technically it's part of my schedule then, because I have allocated time with it and other things.
You mean allocated?
Allotted.
Because you said allocated? Which is like allocated.
I'm emotional, okay?
I can't get it. I don't know.
I dropped my hot pocket.
Oh, I have a chapstick in my bag that I'm going to use because if you have a chapstick, you should use it. So,
okay.
We are going to talk about
the project
Homeschool
here because you already saw what was on the needles.
Oh, okay.
And now is yarn again. Because, I mean, it was on the needles. Right, Mom? It was.
It was. Doesn't count.
Maybe we should do that. Like it's a project, so it was on the needles. So it can be things you finished or things you've had to rip out and be sad about.
Well, I would prefer to not have a lot of things that I've ripped out.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's like what we name it. And so it would be like really sad or really happy at the same time. Okay, so this is the bag I'm using. It is, what is this?
That is a bag I got from Mel in a summer camp type thing that she did for Outlander. I'm trying to remember. She's Emsky Knits. And she used to have a podcast, and now she's got a magazine and some other stuff.
Because she's awesome.
Yeah, because she's awesome. And that bag came in that, and I love that bag. It's a really nice bag.
So, I'm using, what is this? I'm using Hiya Sharp size 6 needles for this pattern. Mm-hmm. Basically, the pattern it's literally called Terribly Simple. It's a shawl pattern, but...
Does it have a picture?
It does not have a picture.
Oh, there's no picture. Oh.
Yeah.
Can I see the pattern really quick?
It's literally a picture. Like, there's no picture. Do you see it?
Oh, yeah, it's just
I'm going to show it.
Crescent shaped, right?
Yeah, and and what's funny...
And it's by Caitlin FFrench. Oh, I like Caitlin FFrench. I'm a fan of hers on Instagram. So there's
That was my job, Mom.
But you didn't do it.
Mom.
There you go. Don't whine at me.
But, like, pattern... I totally did that.
You're
but,
funny.
So,
I don't think you have to worry about it.
It says to cast on 11 stitches, right? But then the first row, it's knit 2, knit front to back, knit until 3 stitches remain, knit front to back.
You can't read the whole thing.
Knit 2 together.
Oh, you're only reading one row?
Right.
Okay, don't read any
but
more.
But every time I tried to do it, the entire pattern was messed up, right? And I couldn't figure out why until I read it again. I thought it said knit front to back entire row and knit only 4 stitches. So I had gone 4 rows, or no, what was it?
No, there was more than that.
4 rows or so.
Only 4?
Only 4 rows.
Oh my gosh, it was so tight together on the needles.
It was 100 stitches or so on 4 rows, because it basically what I did, I kind of invented a pattern here, because I figured that like you knit it a little bit and then you just increase it a crap ton and just keep going. I'm sorry, language.
Yeah, that's twice, dude. I think we're gonna have to have a discussion when we're done with this. So, what did you decide to do?
So what I decided to do is rip it out. And then I tried to cast it on again, and I did the same thing.
It was very hard to
rip
out.
And
It
then,
was so
ready?
tight.
I ripped it out again. I cast it on.
Again.
I did the same thing. And then I did it 3 more times after that, until I reread it.
Out loud. Yeah,
and then I decided, I'm just going to keep with the pattern that I had already. I was in only 2 rows in, so it was still fairly easy to knit. So, what I ended up doing is, I don't know the name of this yarn either, unfortunately.
It's a Space Cadet yarn. It's a bamboo and cotton, I think. But, I don't think there's any nylon in it. Bamboo and cotton.
But, so here it is.
Wait for it to focus. There you go.
And that's
pretty true to color.
This is actually what it looks like. There's purples and dark, light greens in there, but it's mostly silver.
Yeah, there's not much. The purples are real, like it's a very light lavender.
But when you knit it, if you see it, Mom, when you knit it, you can actually
see the little bit when it's
because
knit.
I'm using size 6 needles because I like bigger versus smaller needles because bigger is always better.
The littler ones were too tight too, weren't they?
Yeah, what happened is I'm a tight knitter naturally because I like to make sure it's together. So I think that's how I learned how to do that, because I was knitting a hat that you didn't really have to worry about that for my first project, so I figured that's how I can do it. So when I started knitting on the fingering weight yarn with the size 3 needles, I could not. It was too small for my hands to work with, and it was too tight. Like my mom, who was very good at using tiny needles, could not even get it off the needles. And she had to like use my table as like a leverage to like put the yarn down. And I was also trying to get it off for the final time. I uncast it.
Joey Joe.
And some of the yarn ripped off.
We gotta be quiet, Jojo. Thank you.
And I was very sad because the yarn ripped off.
Ripped off?
Like there was a strand
at the end?
It was about this big.
Oh my gosh.
It was the tail it ripped off.
Well, also you the dirt and stuff from your hands are kind of
it just ripped
felting it a little bit.
That's why I wash my hands, because I'm like, I need to be able to knit it. But then here's what this looks like so far. This is only 4 rows in, but
that's correctly done?
This is incorrectly done and progressing to correctly done.
Okay.
So this is, as you can see, this is only row 2 and knitted twice. So this was like row 2. So if you can imagine doubling that twice, that's what I was at.
Except it was all like...
Yeah, it was all like this, because when you knit front to back, it uses 1 stitch to create 2 stitches. And like the idea is that you loop it twice, so they stick close together.
Right.
So that's why it was a problem, is because I could not differentiate one between the other.
And you're just going to see what happens.
Right. And you know what? If it makes a really cool edge of the bottom, I'm going to be like, and hey, by the way, do this. Like, first
did that on purpose.
I did. I actually did do that on purpose, though. It wasn't actually a mistake this time.
Jojo, close the door, please.
That is on the needles. And off the needles, I have to recast on a Sockhead hat.
Don't hit the table.
Because I
Would you like to come over here and say hi? You have to come on my side.
Joey, we're using your boxes for a little bit, okay, buddy? I know that's a little bit of a bugger.
Lean in over here. Lean in. You know you want to.
You know you wanna.
Oh, hi, everyone. You guys didn't tell me you were having these guys over today.
I know. It was just a surprise. We just decided to have.
Wait, we're Mr. Rogers'
having
neighborhood
buddies
now?
over.
Like what?
Yeah, well, I didn't know that. Not. Considering that I've had to deal with these guys the last couple times they were here.
I know, it's funny, huh? You were being very good.
There was that time when you had to stop everything just because I was screaming.
Because of the food. There was food involved. There
was
food issues.
A lot of issues that couldn't be said on the podcast.
That's true, too.
They won't know what we're talking about, but we will.
Yes, by the power of editing. and by stopping the button. All right, so
you better hope.
you go do your thing.
You better hope that
Thank
you
you
can
for
edit
coming
this.
on. I don't need to. You say goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. I think I'll be
gotta
seeing you
leave?
next time.
Good night, everybody.
Bang!
Funny guy. No high five then? All right.
No high five.
Where are my manners?
Thank you very much.
Where are my manners?
All right.
You'll see
so
me out.
we are going to talk about.
funny stuff.
So we talked about that. Now we're actually talking. We're on homeschool though. So you had allocated time for homeschool stuff.
I did, and
that was your knitting. But what we had decided to talk this week about was reading challenge.
Oh yes, that is going.
So I'm going to talk about the reading challenge. Okay. So I did some research on. How did it start? It started because I saw an ad that 15 minutes of reading a day was what schools were saying kids need. And I wondered
They easily do more than that, just barely though, right?
No, not
just looking at
necessarily.
their
Some
math
children,
books?
that's all they do. No, reading, just them reading. Not like, no.
Also,
Like just,
that seems wrong. Like they should have more than that, though.
well, some kids, that's all they have though, Josh.
Okay.
Like, that's, some kids don't even have any books. See, this is the kind of thing you have to explain. When you have readers in your house.
That read college level books.
So I got to looking at how long that actually is. And then I figured the time isn't the thing for us. 'Cause my kids read all the time. But being careful about what books they read and making sure they're challenged and they're not just doing things too easily or not getting...
Wait a minute.
Good.
Challenged? Like a reading challenge?
You're a funny kid.
Sometimes. I try.
But this is how it worked out. So I figured out that how many pages you guys would read in approximately 15 minutes. And I did it for each kid because some of our kids, we still have non-readers in my house. And so the read aloud revival.
Read aloud challenge.
No, it's the read aloud revival. I built it into the read aloud challenge.
Wait, R-A-R. Read aloud.
Yes, that's
revival.
actually a different thing. It's a homeschool thing. I'm not going to get into the whole thing. It's a woman who has a blog and a book, and she's got the Read
I just
Aloud
made that
Revival.
up on the spot. Are you serious?
Yeah, no, you didn't make it up because I said it's the RAR is the Read Aloud Revival. It's a real thing that somebody else already made up.
I literally, like, thinking about the letters, I was like, well, how would I acronym this?
Yes.
And that's what I just did. And I was like, RAR. That's something totally made up and totally important at the same time.
So she has a thing for younger kids for reading aloud, getting older kids to read to younger kids, and it goes well into 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And that's not a problem in our house because my autistic son reads every night or tells stories every night to everyone going to bed. That's his job. He kind of made it his job. He loves doing it. And
or tells stories too.
That's what I said. And
I was
the oldest daughter has started, for her reading time, has started reading. They're reading Matilda right now by Roald Dahl.
Because, he's awesome. He's awesome. Ask Johnny.
But I decided that, so they were reading half an hour a day. And then I built into the schedule this past year, an hour a day.
1 hour later. Everyone dies.
And they were having no issue with this. I didn't understand why people would have any issue with the time thing. But at the same time, they were just reading whatever. It wasn't specific. So this year...
Specific enough.
At the same time, yes, there was not enough specificity. That's how I should say that. So at the same time, everyone kept wanting things. We need some iPads fixed that are very badly cracked. And
phones, new
phones,
clothing.
plural? We don't need phones, plural.
Well, I mean, your phone's not cracked. My phone's cracked. Dad's phone's kind of broken.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with the reading challenge.
Well, I mean, you said want things, so I was...
Yeah, but my phone is fine. Dad's Dad's phone is fine. But, John had commented he would like a new laptop. And they use that stuff for school. And some kids want some different clothes. And some kids want some expensive yarn. And so I decided to create a reading challenge and really up the ante. And so there's different levels. And we have this wall with these really big decals. And we're not going to do that right now. But they travel through space to show where they're going. And they do a book report every week. Are you ready for this challenge? This is a crazy challenge. It's crazy. I made it hard on purpose.
For our house, it's not that hard, but normal people...
Yes, for our house, it's not that hard.
For normal people, they would be like...
It's crazy.
What?
So, I think I figured out... Okay, wait. So, 1 book a week. Right?
You're not taller than me.
I am taller than you. Wait, is it 1 book a week for you guys?
It's 1 book a week.
So, the littles have 5 read aloud books a day, which I have a lot of older children. I have 4 older children, and it counts if they read their books too. So if the 6-year-old wants to read 3 books and then you say to one of the older children, go read 3 picture books, that's 6 books in 1 day, and that doesn't even take half an hour. They get it done with no problem. And if I sit down with them, I'll read 2 or 3 books at a time, or their dad will read 2 or 3 books at a time. So it sounds crazy, but it's not. So the littles have 5 books a day.
But it's not.
And the older ones have 1 book a week, minimum 250 pages.
200 pages, actually.
Was it 200 or 250?
You said 200
Oh, it's 200.
Pages
I changed it because...
There was a bunch of books that there's a reason why it was 200 and not less.
No, well, there was a whole bunch of books that Jonathan wanted to read that were not 250 pages, but were 200.
Yeah.
And so I adjusted it for him.
You realized that he just got a case of Roald Dahl books.
Yeah, most of his books that he got for Christmas. So that's you guys. And then they do a book report with a form each week that they turn in for their books.
Oh, that's what it was. It was not 1 book a week. It was 1 book report a week. Minimum. That's what that was. Minimum.
Right, so that's the minimum amount of books. But then I upped it even more. And I said, you can do more books and you'll get like more prizes and you get points. And so...
into February, I'm going to have to start reading 2 books a week.
So if they read a book that has over 450 pages, they get extra. If they read a book that has over 700 pages, they get extra. And then I have the classic. They get extra points for choosing a classics book, which I was going to print out a list and put it up, but the classic book lists are crazy. There's like 170, and I'm cheap when it comes to printer ink. But... like Catch-22, The Lord of the Rings is reading Ulysses.
I'm reading that, so I get extra points. And, yeah, so...
Anna Karenina, 100 Years of Solitude, The Silmarillion. I always say that wrong.
Silmarillion. Charles Dickens,
Don Quixote. Yes. Wuthering Heights. Remember I told you Les Miserables?
Tale of Two Cities.
I told you the unabridged Les Miserables would get you a huge amount of points.
Wait.
That's not a book you can read in a week, though. Jane Austen books like Pride and Prejudice.
Don't know her yet.
Right, you were wondering about Jane Austen books, but she wrote Pride and Prejudice.
Tale of Two Cities, correct? That would also be a good one.
Yes. And then there's newer ones like Life of Pi. If you make it through Robinson Crusoe, I think I should just give you all the points because that's the only book. I've tried to read that book 3 or 4 times. I have never made it all the way through. I have thrown that book across the room so many times. I really don't think a book needs that many chapters for a man to build a raft and go down the river.
Wait, really? Is that what... Jeez.
Great Expectations, that's a Charles Dickens book. So yeah, so there's a lot. But I didn't print out the list. I also did not print out the list of banned books.
Haha.
Now, mine
Mockingjay now counts.
Yeah, Mockingjay. Hey, don't hit this. Please, because you'll wobble everything, dude.
Oy. I'm a big guy. Sorry.
He just keeps hitting the thing that we're on, and
hope the lighting's okay, by the way.
well, we do what we can. So you were asking about banned books.
Yes.
Banned books have a lot of different reasons why they would be banned or challenged. Challenged books are not the same as banned books. Challenged books are books that usually... oh, hey, if you need headphones, Sweetness, there's some over there that you can use. My blue ones. You have them?
She's using them.
Okay. Challenged books are books that people have gone to the high school, the middle school, wherever, and challenged that it's on the reading list of the school in the United States. So...
because you can't ban books in the United States,
well, you
right?
can. No, you
There's
can.
an amendment or something.
That's a long conversation that I'm not going to have on the podcast right now.
End of story. Yes, you can.
But for our list, for the points for banned books, challenged books don't count. So it is actually banned books. So like
Chocolate War.
Chocolate War, Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, which I just think that's so funny. That's a banned book. Beloved by Toni Morrison. It's a fantastic book, and I completely understand why people would not want that book to be read, but at the same time,
can't because she's 41.
What?
I said I said you can't because you're older, and you think the book's fine to read because you're older.
No, that doesn't have anything to do with it. It literally has nothing to do with it.
No,
it doesn't make any sense.
I was trying to make I was trying to make up a silly reason first off, and second off, I wanted to know why you thought it was silly it was banned.
Toni Morrison can be a difficult writer, and some of her work is considered it's feminist in a way that is a lot of people have trouble with, and Beloved is a difficult book to read. So I don't understand your question.
Well, okay.
Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. That's a great book. It's also a really good Indigo Girl song. But that was banned because they were worried the book might be polemical. And they didn't want to have that issue.
Don't know what that word means. Please explain.
Well, you can Google that later. Google is your friend. But, The Call of the Wild... Catch-22, I think that's so funny. Catcher in the Rye, Fahrenheit 451, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Gone with the Wind was banned, which makes me laugh. You know what else is, what's that? The Scarlet Letter. Stranger in a Strange Land, I think, was banned. And I love that book. That's absolutely one of my favorite books of all time. It's one of the few books I've read twice. And
few.
There's only a few. I think I have on one hand books I've read twice.
And I can tell you for a fact I know books she never wants to read again.
I know 4.
Right?
Well, we're not going to talk about that. No, we're not going to talk about that. We can talk about that in another show. So, that's the reading challenge. And
yay.
Good job. We were talking about this book because...
Mine. I'm going to show it because it's my book.
Well, but you have knitting in your hands, so you have to put that down.
Anyway.
We were talking about this book because I really want to read this book. We need to go a little bit faster.
It was one of my favorite Christmas presents. But, so, this is a Christmas present. And I was sad because I couldn't read it right away. But I was happy because I own it.
But I didn't understand why you couldn't read it right away. Hold it up closer.
It's called Lady Midnight, right? That's the name?
Yeah.
And it is the...
Turn it over and read it, silly.
It's a Dark Artifices novel, number 1, from the Shadowhunters novel series. And the reason I can't read it is because I've only read the prequels. So
now the prequels are
the Clockwork, the Clockwork Princess, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince. That's
not that order, yeah.
It's Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess.
It's the Infernal Devices, isn't it?
Infernal Devices, indeed. It is, if you look on the back here.
Oh, there you go. Show the back.
So, I need to read this series. This is the one that you read before that, or during, preferably, is what I was told. but I was like, you know what?
So this
Tessa, I have to find out, Tessa.
Okay, shush. So this, you have to say spoilers. So this came first. This started it, the City of Bones books, Mortal Instruments. And then when she got about here, she wrote these ones.
Well, actually, what happened is she got here, wrote this one, here, wrote this one, that one.
Oh, okay. So I read these and then read those, and I have not read this.
You read the Mortal Instruments, then the Infernal Devices.
I did not. I read the Infernal Devices first, and I love these books so much that I decided to try these because these had different covers. These had the cheesiest covers ever, and I was not interested. But the Infernal Devices had fantastic covers.
Oh, like the one with the guy with the muscles and stuff? Ugh, I hate that one.
But they were really, really good. You cannot hit this.
Sorry. Oh,
and
I
can't read this book either because I haven't read the last one.
City of Heavenly Fire. City of Heavenly Fire. That title. Yeah. That
so
book
I have
cover
to read,
looks awesome.
So I have to read City of Heavenly Fire before I can read this.
And then you see this one right here. It's the extended universe.
I don't like extended universe.
But what it is it's the Bane Chronicles. And it's Magnus Bane.
But I don't actually like extended universe.
Yeah, but
books.
it's Magnus Bane, Mom.
I still don't like them.
She's crazy. He's like my second favorite character. Third favorite character out of the entire books.
So Cassandra Clare is a favorite, and
she beat out Harry Potter as my number one spot because I like her better than J.K. Rowling's writing.
I can't say anything because I have Harry Potter anarchy. I'm like the only person on the planet that just was not impressed by these books.
Well, what happened is I read them all at the same time, and I thought it was great until the ending. And I always have that problem. The book ending is just set like not how I want it. This book, the Infernal Devices series, almost there, except for like.
You didn't like the ending of those books either.
I didn't like
the ending. I
love the ending, and I love that they're coming out with the Lost Hours books because it expands on the ending. Oh,
nice! I didn't know that.
It's Lost Hours and Dark Arts.
Island. You are touching.
You know how? Okay, a little nerdy thing. Spoilers, just in case, on accident.
If you're giving me spoilers, I'm gonna get mad.
No, it's not spoilers. It's only stuff that you and I have read. So what happens is after people die. And then, like, prologue. It goes before prologue, before people die, and except okay.
Let's talk about it later because I don't want.
Final chapter of Clockwork Devices series.
Yes.
Then 20 years later.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's their son, and he has.
Now I have to cut that out.
Why? I didn't say whose son. I said their son.
Anybody's son. You can't say there was a kid when you don't know if there was a kid. What if it?
I said spoilers first.
No, it's not. You're just making it harder for me to do the work.
But now you get why I'm like.
Plus, there's
excited.
multiple people that could have a son.
There's multiple people that could have a son. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And it could be a good or bad guy's son.
That's true.
It could be.
That's true.
Son from the future. Could be son from the past.
Could be son from the past too.
It could be.
It's too much info. Too many choices.
But so I am trying to stop doing that, and she's helping me because she also hates it.
All right, so homeschool reading challenge. Their crazy reading challenge. Now mine is also.
Oh, you have one too.
Is a book a week, but I have some plays that I would like to read.
Oh, I have an idea.
It is hard for me to knit and talk. I never knit and talk.
I also have that problem.
So I keep saying because I'm thinking about my knitting. See, I don't have to look at my knitting. No, because I didn't say but I didn't say that though.
No, you did.
Anyway. See, I lost my train of thought again. You're like the worst child. The history of children. Okay,
I'm pretty sure there's been some worse ones, but not by much.
We should ask a magic 8-ball. See, I did it again because I can't knit and talk.
Yeah. I can barely knit and
just
talk.
Knit
the only reason I can is because my mouth has a mind of its own and just like spewing stuff. And my mom knows this well.
So true. There is a lack of self-control with that 14-year-old. Speaking of 14-year-old, who has a birthday coming next week. Woohoo!
Yay, I'm gonna be 15. I'm half excited, like not excited because I'm getting older, but I'm not taller as I wanted to be at 15 yet. So I'm kind of like trying to cram drinking as much milk or intake of calcium as I can right now.
Because you think that it's going to help?
I do honestly think it's going to help. And I think that I'm going to be taller by 15.
I don't know if that's going to help. I think it's genetics. Italian dads.
Shut up. Please.
Oh, that's rude.
It is rude, but it's also rude to say that it's genetics making me small.
You should apologize for being rude on air.
I'm sorry for being rude on air. And off air.
I meant you should
and
apologize
in
on
between
air. Okay. So, knitting. We're done homeschool, right?
Yes. Knitting. I already ranted.
I don't know what we're going to talk about next week for homeschool. But you talked about your knitting. And this is the only project you have. You have your Sockhead and you have this shawl.
And socks.
But you haven't started your socks yet.
I'm preparing. I have to cast on both of these and get to the stockinette stitch of the Sockhead before I do the socks.
Okay.
Because I'm going to lose my mind trying to just...
So I have
my
little lotion stick. It's my lotion stick. Yay. Anyway.
Oh, maybe
So I have the same. I thought I was going to be done with these. I still have my stripey backward socks.
Oh, car adventures. We should discuss car adventures. Oh,
car adventures. So these are on my Hiya Sharps.
Hiya.
2.5.
Okay, wait, Mom.
You're going to keep interrupting me? I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait for you to stop interrupting me.
What does
I'm
a
not
knitter
going to talk
say
anymore.
when they want to get your attention? Hiya.
That was not worth the interruption. Okay, it was slightly worth the interruption. No, it wasn't.
Yes,
it was not worth the interruption.
Wow, I look so pink on camera. That's funny.
See? Lost my train of thought. Okay. Stripey socks in the car. So last week we went to this really cool thing. Oh, you know what? I have a little card. I did not know that in our area they have a magic convention. And I can't remember the name of it right now. Nope. You don't know what it's called. I guarantee it.
Nana's calling you.
That's nice.
I know. Shoot.
I don't know what the magic convention is called. I thought that's what you were going to talk about.
Yeah, it's something
but it has
like
a
K
crazy name. Yeah, it has a crazy name. But we saw this guy, and he was so funny. Jack Sparrows. And he is at ace at piratesforhire.com. And he was actually quite good. Really good with the kids. His tricks were pretty good.
Considering he was standing in the sun for an hour waiting for everybody to show up.
Doesn't take himself too seriously. It was really good. So we went to this magic thing, and then it was my sister's birthday. So we were headed over to her party, and I thought, oh, I'll knit in the car. I knit in the car all the time. And these are on my Hiya Sharps. They're on one long, so I think it's a 40-inch. I'm just doing magic loop for my 2 socks. And we're driving, and I'm knitting, and I go to move the, because they move. You can move your socks. And I yank, and the whole thing comes off on one side. And of course it was the patterned side, so it was knit and purl, knit and purl. So I get it back on the needles, and we're driving a little bit further, and I did it again. Just yanked it right out. I dropped it, laddered down like 4 stitches in 4 different places, and I thought I'm never going to get these back on. I left my little crochet hook doodad at home. So I'm sitting in the car trying not to freak out at all the children and my husband.
Except she freaked out at all the children.
I didn't freak out about it. I just told everyone, don't talk to me. I gotta pick up these stitches.
That's considered a freak out, even though for knitting is a good cause.
We're driving like this, and I'm trying to get the needles up. Oh, around the corner. It was very funny. But I saved it. It's fine.
And had a good time at the party until things.
Yes, the party was great. Oh, and John got ill. He didn't feel well partway through. So they have this huge trampoline, and they were on the trampoline right after they ate. And
then he went and ate more.
He was sick. He had to lay down. He missed the show because he helps work the show and church and everything.
He felt really bad for not helping me. And trust me, He should feel bad.
Oh, that's not nice.
I almost wish it was me.
So these
For
are my
reasons I am
socks
not
I'm still
sharing
working
this
on. These need to be done by next week's podcast because I need to work on another pair of socks for a thing that I'm going to show you.
My birthday, because
They are not for Josh.
listing that for you.
They are not for Josh. But let me show my other knitting because we need to finish up here pretty quick.
Yeah.
We have a lot of life happening today because I have to be ready to go when Nana gets here.
Why?
I have to go put my hair up, Regency style, 18th century, for my show. And that takes a lot of work. It's just a lot of curling iron work. So, I'm working on a test knit. The pattern has actually already been released because I'm behind on the test knit. Nobody else found any issues. I'm not finding any issues. And it's actually quite fun. This is the one I had to order the yarn for. So if you could just hold that right there, that'd be great so it doesn't go anywhere and doesn't fall. And this is it. It's a shawl, a worsted weight shawl.
It actually is really pretty in real
I'm trying
life.
to get the light to cooperate because it doesn't show as dark. It's kind of dark.
Excuse me.
Don't yawn.
Sorry.
Yawning is not okay.
I'm exhausted today. Again. Whatever.
So this is Cascade 220 in plum. I think it's just brown. I mean purple. Brown. And each one of these sections in the middle here is a fingering weight yarn. And I used a bunch of Space Cadet minis that I had that are all super sparkly. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the sparkle in them. But they are crazy sparkly. There you go. You can kind of see that. And I have 5 of those. And this also hopefully will be done next week. The test knit, it's called the Penny Shawl. Like I said, it's a worsted weight shawl and 5 20 grain mini skeins. And it's really not a difficult knit at all. There it is, Penny Shawl by Megan Sanders. And I have my little Stitch Fix box of goodies. This holds all my Slip Stitch Studios. It's my Slipped Stitch Studios doodad. I got this when they had their Disney. And this is what I keep all my thingies in. So I have like the scissors, and I have, here's my little Yoda stays with me so I don't lose him. Yarn needles, all the assorted things.
I think this is coming out pretty well, man. Right?
Yay! Oh, it does have little bits of purple. That's fun. And I have future knitting is a pair of socks that I'm going to attempt to get done by Valentine's Day. I don't even know if that's possible because it takes me
That's
a good
11 days from now or so.
You really can't add. Today's the 1st.
I know, I can't. I thought it was on the 12th, but whatever.
It's the 14th.
It's the 14th?
February 14th is Valentine's Day.
I was close enough.
It doesn't work like that. Although they should be done like the 12th, so I can have them all set for the 14th. And I have some other
Does
things.
it mean done blocked as well, Mom?
Yes. And I have some other things to finish. Like to finish.
2 only, Joey.
And I have nothing else that I have cast on because I've been really good about it.
Really, you've been good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. Is that all?
That is it for me. How are you?
I am sad I can't read Lady Midnight, otherwise I'm okay.
And
Because
life, we've had a crazy week. It's been really out of control crazy. Not in a good way. There's
laundry
a lot
explosion.
So we had laundry that we just packed up because reasons. And I said we need to get all the laundry done. So I was doing laundry. We don't have a dryer by choice right now. So the thing is that it was raining and I couldn't get the laundry to dry because it was raining. The humidity, it just wouldn't dry. So we had all this laundry. I had like 7 bags of laundry. I have a lot of people in my house. And
Don't even
so
ask.
I was washing laundry here and he was taking his board, his hoverboard,
because I don't like skating.
with our wagon with the other laundry to the dryer. So he would take the laundry I had washed and put it in the dryer over there and then also put laundry in there, and I was doing laundry here. And then we had a mad folding of the laundry all through the house. Like the living room had all the laundry.
Not even
and
a
the
creature was
dining
stirring,
room.
especially a mouse.
the little ones were folding, so I have videos of that. It was really cute. I have videos of you on your hoverboard too.
And I have videos of catching Joey working.
He was working.
Did you see those that I sent to you?
I did. It was very cute.
Oh, that's right. I have.
So we have tech this week. You have a show this weekend. I have a show this weekend.
It's going to be fun.
And
oh, that's
knitting.
right. I'm hoping that I can get my deck ready for maybe Magic this weekend.
You are tapping that again.
Sorry.
I don't know if this weekend's going to be a good choice for that.
Well, definitely next weekend. Because that's the actual important one.
We have a birthday on Saturday to go to.
Whose birthday?
Fun birthday. She's going to be 16. It's Vivian's birthday. She's going to be 16.
So it's her birthday, then my birthday.
No, your birthday, then her birthday.
No, my birthday's on Sunday.
Next Saturday.
Oh, well, then okay.
Just busy and fun.
Yeah.
Busy and fun. All right, well, I hope that you are busy and fun too. And that I know. I was wearing my Portage. So this is my Portage sweater. And in the Hey Sisters podcast, they were talking about she wants to do a Portage. And I was very excited because I'd love to watch someone else do this. So this is my Portage sweater. You can see. You can see it. There it is. With the pockets.
Showing her butt to the world.
I'm really not. It's just my hip. And there's the cable that goes down the side. And extra long sleeves.
She took a long time on this and did it very quickly.
I really did. So I did Mad May, which is to knit a sweater in a month of May in Madelinetosh. I did get like halfway, and then I just was like tired, and my hands hurt, and my arms hurt, and the cabling was crazy.
Oh,
and
wait, you have that?
It was nuts. But something that was funny that happened with this is I wanted to make sure the sleeves matched. So I actually did the sleeves on 2 at a time on 2 different needles. I had 4 different balls of yarn because I was alternating the yarn and 2 different needles. And I did the sleeves at the same time. They match exactly, and it was fantastic because once the sleeves were done, it was done. Back up. Once the sleeves were done, I just kind of rolled them on themselves and tucked them up under the sweater, and then all I had to do was the rest of the body. I didn't have like the sleeves are taking so long.
Should I make one of those maybe?
No.
No?
You stick with what you have and then worry about a sweater later.
No, I meant like.
But this did take me a very long time.
Plan out yarn in May to do that.
Maybe, yeah, you could do that. You could do that for sure. It'd be really fun. They usually pick a pattern, a bunch of choices of patterns, but you could. There's a section that you can pick your own. It would be fun. Yeah, that would definitely be fun. But this took me a long time because I kept putting it down. The cables on the back. No, I kept losing my place in the cables, and then I would get frustrated. I would get my place, find my place, get started with it. Things would happen. Go to do it again and not be sure which cable I was on. And that just got really frustrating. So I had to put it down for a little bit.
She ended up actually writing it down, right?
I did write it down. I ended up writing it down, so that I would not be confused. I have a section in the back. My hair covers it in the back. It's about 1.5 inches of all the exact same cable, and it's not supposed to look like that. And I thought,
how much do I care?
Perfect. Well, no, because nothing's perfect. And I
Except the
worked
things that are
through
perfect.
that, and I know exactly what I did at that point and what was happening in my life at that point. And every time I look at it, I know there was like a little child, and it just makes me happy. So I hope you have a great week. I'm going to get this guy off of here who is yawning. And I'm going to finish my tea. And we shall see you next week.
All right.
Thank you for coming out to Shy.
From Josh, knit on.
And the Joneses.
Goodbye
from the Joneses.
Goodbye. Oh, we should do the hand thing.
What hand thing?
The hand thing you did last time where you go, like, cover it.
What? No.